Welcome to Histories in 5 Minutes. This is our Hidden Heroines playlist where we uncover the truth behind the women history judged too quickly and remember their courage, their pain, and their humanity. Today, we sail to ancient Greece, to the shores of Troy, to meet a woman whose beauty became her curse. This is the story of Helen of Troy, the woman who was blamed for a war. They called her the most beautiful woman in the world. But beauty, as Helen learned, can be a burden, especially when men make wars out of their desires. Helen was said to be the daughter of Zeus, born from myth and mystery. But behind the legend was a girl raised in Sparta, a princess known for her kindness as much as her beauty. Kings and princesses come from far and wide to marry her. To avoid bloodshed, her father made them all swear that whoever Helen chose, the others would protect her marriage forever. She chose Melanus, king of Sparta. For a while, her life was peaceful, but fate, or perhaps the gods, had other plans. One day, the Trojan prince named Paris came to visit Sparta. Story says he fell in love with Helen at first sight and took her back to Troy, either by charm or by force. The Greeks called it an abduction, the poets called it love, but the truth may have been somewhere in between. A woman caught between kingdoms, politics, and men's pride. When the kings of Greece heard she was gone, they remembered their oath. They gathered 1,000 ships, and so began the Trojan War. For centuries, poets and storytellers blamed Helen for the war, for the deaths of thousands, for the fall of Troy, for the ruin of men. But think about it. Was it Helen who waged war? Or was she just the excuse of power, revenge, and ego? In many later stories, Helen is shown not as a temptress, but as a woman trapped, a symbol of how men's choices often define women's name in history. When Troy finally burned, Helen was taken back to Greece. Some say she lived quietly, growing old with Menelaus. Others say she disappeared into legend, becoming a goddess of peace. But her story still whispers, not of beauty, not of betrayal, but of how the world often blames women for the wars men chose to fight. You have been listening to Histories in 5 Minutes. This was a story from our Hidden Heroines playlist, where we look beyond myths to find the women who were real. If Helen's stories made you think differently, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because behind every legend, there is a woman waiting to be heard again.